Welcome back. Man, music was still a little too loud. Welcome back to the Retro Wave. I am your host, El Tiburon, and this month we're talking our favorite WCW themes from 1996 to 2001, because I think 2001 was when WCW died. Am I correct, Sexy Chino?
Yeah, you're correct. Because remember, that was WrestleMania 17, correct?
Was it? I don't remember. But I just went off of what you told me. You said it was 2001, so we're going based off of that. And it's sorry for the viewers. We're a little like Sexy Chino's behind me, like Miss Daisy, like I'm giving him a ride, but we're a little crunch for space here. So we're doing it live. We're making it work. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be ranking our 10 favorite WCW themes, 96 to 2001. Little bittersweet because I don't know how much more juice can we squeeze out of the lemon with that is WCW. We're gonna have to come up with some topics. So if you out there are listening and you have any ideas for future WCW podcast episodes, drop it in the comments. Go to retrotiburon.com, leave me a voicemail, leave it in the chat if you're watching the premiere live. Let me know. I mean, I'm sure we can come up with some ideas of future WCW episodes, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because are you just talking about WCW matches or altogether the product?
That is true. Good point. We haven't talked a whole lot of WCW wrestling. We've talked a lot about WCW music, but not a lot. Yeah, good idea. Well, there you go. There he goes. We got something at least in the future. Before we go on, though, I wanted to play a little clip. I requested a little pep talk. Sometimes when I record, before I hit the record button, maybe I'm not feeling like El Tiburon 100%. I'm feeling a little down. Maybe I'm feeling like a little more like a jobber, not like a main eventer. And I felt like I needed a little pep talk before this episode. So I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to try to share my screen.
I am buff. I am the stuff and the girls can't get enough. But this shout out goes to El Tiburon. I hear you and Sexy Chino are doing a 90s themed podcast called Retro Wave. Man, you can't go wrong with doing anything with wrestling from the 90s. Man, it was the greatest time for professional wrestling ever. I mean, the 90s was it. Good luck with your podcast and have fun with it. That's the secret, brother. You got to have fun with it. If you have fun with it, it shows and it will be successful. Have fun with it. I am buff, but Retro Wave Podcast has the stuff. Buff Daddy has spoken.
What do you think about that? Sexy Chino. What did you think about Buff Daddy's pep talk there?
Well, he's just stuff, but like Sexy Chino. Is it?
Maybe he was thinking like China.
Yeah, I think he was thinking China, because they used to say China or Chino.
From now on, I will refer to you as Sexy Chino. God damn it!
Thanks a lot, Buff.
Yeah, so thanks to Buff Daddy for that shout out. A staple, definitely a staple of WCW. What did you say?
Yeah, he was, because remember, like he actually started really young when he was like basically Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
I always liked that. That was his name. It was Mark. It wasn't just Marcus Bagwell. It was Marcus Alexander, like his middle name, Bagwell. That's awesome. I wonder if that's like his real name. Is that his shoot name?
I think so. I think Marcus Alexander Bagwell. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard it is.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So we're gonna be doing some, like I said, we're gonna be ranking these themes, but also we're gonna throw it to another little video because we had a passing from a WCW alumni, another WCW alumni this week. We're recording this episode a couple of days after Kevin Sullivan's passing, the Taskmaster. I didn't watch a lot of his early stuff like NWA. Where else did he wrestle? Like Florida.
Yeah, Florida Championship Wrestling. He was also part of ECW.
He was part of ECW like early on.
Eastern Championship Wrestling.
Okay, like before it was Extreme Championship Wrestling. Yeah, yeah. So like we're recording this a couple of days after, and even though I didn't catch a lot of his early career, he was like a staple in like 94, 95, 96 WCW. Had some great matches with Chris Benoit, some really funny. I don't know if they were meant to be funny at the time, but really funny promos with the Dungeon of Doom. So we're gonna, before we go to our commercial break and rank our favorite WCW themes, we're gonna throw it to the old Taskmaster. Rest in peace, Kevin Sullivan.
Everybody, to more of WCW Saturday Night as we head into Fall Brawl of the War Games. I'm joined by a couple of the kingpins from the Dungeon of Doom, Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan. Always a pleasure, sir, to see you. And Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. What does the Dungeon have up their sleeve these days?
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. You know, with the NWO running around and the Four Horsemen running around, the Taskmaster, he's come up with a master plan. And he's going to tell you about it.
I know about the master
Jimmy,
plan.
let's get right through it. We're going to change this. We're going to turn the tables. I want to interview you. If everybody listened to me a year and a half ago, this thing with Hulk Hogan, the New World Order, would be go around. Weren't you the guy that took him from Minneapolis to that other big company?
To New York City?
Yeah. Weren't you the guy when it came down to Disney and the paper parade were leading it?
Well, I mean,
Wait a second. Were you or weren't you?
Well, I was there.
Weren't you the guy that every time he ripped off his shirt, you said, the immortal Hulk Hogan? It was like an idol, an icon. Weren't you?
Icon, yes,
Okay.
idol.
Are you the guy that controls the hotline here at WCW? Are you or are you not?
Well, yeah,
Wait a second. Now, the bottom line is, I've also heard you say you have inside scoops with the NWO. Does that mean you and Hogan are still talking?
well, I'm not...
Wait a second. That means that if they're starting a new organization, are you going to jump yourself?
What am I doing? Am I talking to Johnny Cochran or the Taskmaster?
You're talking to the Taskmaster who wants to know the answers because everybody's infiltrated this. And if you had listened a year and a half ago and they had listened a year and a half ago, there would not have been none of this. Gene Oakland, the only person that we have to blame here at WCW about Hulk Hogan and New World Orders. Take a look in the mirror, my good friend.
I cannot believe the tongue lashing. That is really an embarrassment on national television. Kevin Sullivan, I thank you along with Jimmy Hart. Let's get you back to the ring.
I like to enjoy the finer things in life. And I'm definitely the stuff. I've got my WCW MasterCard.
Get the official WCW MasterCard. To apply for yours today, just call 1-800-532-WCW2. Featuring new designs, great rates,
And all the benefits that go along with it. Get it? Yes!
To apply for yours, just call 1-800-532-WCW2 right now.
And we're back. So like I said, we picked our 10 favorite WCW themes. English. Yeah. From 96 to 2001. I wanted to ask you before we get it. Hold on, I got a button for that. Hold on.
Pendejo. Pendejo.
There you go. I deserve that one. I wanted to ask you, did you notice any trends, any themes, like without naming your top 10 themes, did you notice anything about this list that you put together without naming the songs? Because I did notice something.
They're all from WCW.
Pendejo. Pendejo.
Thanks everyone. That's it for the Retrowave podcast. we're signing off. Well, no, let me tell you what I noticed with putting this list together. It's a lot of stock kind of songs that I liked. I don't know if it's just the songs that I picked, but it's a lot of I don't know if that's the correct term, but a lot of stock music. And I say stock music because sometimes I would hear these themes on like Fox Sports sometimes, where they would be showing like highlights from like baseball games, or I would hear some of the themes like playing for commercials for TV shows or something. So I noticed a lot of not only the stock music, but a lot of my themes have no lyrics, which is kind of a, when you think of like late WWF, it's a lot of lyrics, right?
Yeah. Like you said, that doesn't have a lot of lyrics. And the reason there's so much stock music is because that's when WCW used to use a lot of their TBS soundtracks out of it.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, because remember they were using like a lot of stuff from like TBS, TNT from that soundtracks. So that's why a lot of stuff is stock music until like Jimmy Hart came in and started making some original stuff.
Yeah, and we'll hear some Jimmy Hart, but I definitely heard a lot of music that I was like, man, I like this music. But I think it might have been, like you said, from the time, like Ted Turner, Time Warner, library of songs you can use in your TV shows. But yeah, so we picked 10 themes each. We're going from number 10 to number 1, and we're gonna go to Sexy Chino's first theme. Speaking of stock, no lyric music, here goes Sexy Chino's number 10 favorite WCW theme from 96 to 2001. At number 10, Sexy Chino, you got Vampiro, El Vampiro Canadiense's WCW theme. I want to say this was his first theme in WCW.
Yeah, this is before the Black Carnival and even the ICP.
Yeah, what do you dig so much about this theme?
I just think it has a really good beat, and I actually think it fits the character. Because you know what, Vampiro used to go like this.
He used to do that thing like this or something. Right?
Yeah, and I think it just fits with the beats when it comes down to it,
Yeah, I don't have this on my top 10, but this was, I'm not gonna lie, this was close to being in my top 10. I also dig this theme. It's a good one. It's like good rock music, and it kind of does fit the vibe of Vampiro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever told you, I never knew who Vampiro was until, because I didn't watch a lot of AAA or CMLL, but I remember going over to Mexico like in, I want to say it was like 98, 96, 95, around there. No, it was before 98, because it was before he went to WCW, but it was like, 94, 95. And my cousin Lupe had a giant poster of Vampiro, and I thought it was like a Mexican rock star. I thought he looked like Axl Rose from the Guns N' Roses, with the tattoos and like the dreads, and he had like the face paint. I was like, oh, that must be like a rock star over here. And my cousin Lupe was like, no, that's El Vampiro Canadiense. Like, this guy's like a luchador here. This guy's awesome. And she started like telling me all about him. So I was like, huh. Like, 'cause, at that time I was watching WWF. I was watching Doink the Clown versus Duke the Dumpster Drosy. So I didn't know like who El Vampiro Canadiense was, but I just thought he looked really cool. Like, he looked like a rock star. So when he came to WCW, when I think he might have debuted like 97 maybe, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around that time, because I believe one of his first matches he even have to paint
Yeah, I remember that when he came, he didn't even have face paint. Maybe he had like a line, like, and that was it, or maybe nothing. But I remember I was like, oh damn, that's El Vampiro. I remember my cousin would always talk to me about this guy, and cool wrestler too. Not only a cool look, but just he was just overall had like this cool factor too.
Yeah, he did. It's like he had like a different kind of style with the martial arts put into it.
Yeah, he was definitely unique. He was like one of a kind. Not like the Rob Van Dam song, but he was unique. There was nobody else like Vampiro back in the day.
Yeah, because he was a really big star in Mexico, and him and Conan had like such a rivalry.
Yeah, I was watching a documentary, I think Vampiro documentary. I don't know if it was on Vice or just on YouTube, but I didn't know that they had like real life heat. Like they really did not like each other for real.
Yeah, they didn't. I believe because like it was such a competitive time when they were like in Mexico, and they were like the two most popular guys, I believe, at the time.
Yeah, because Conan was like like in soap. From what and then I remember this from my cousin Lupe. She was like, "Oh, Conan." She would tell me about Conan too. Like he's like the best dancer here, and he had to retire because of the injuries, and he was in soap operas and this and that. Like he was like a mega star over there too. So I could see maybe like this new cool guy shows up at Vampiro, the Canadian guy, white dude, and maybe Conan's not liking that, right? This new guy's coming in.
Yeah, because like it was just a new flavor added to the lucha libre.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, cool theme. Cool theme. I do dig that theme. I'm gonna go now to my number 10 favorite WCW theme. So my number 10 favorite WCW theme of the dying days, I've got the NWO B Team theme. I don't know if that was officially what it was called, but that's what I've always known it as. It was the B Team theme of the NWO. B Team because you would typically not see Hulk Hogan come out to this. You wouldn't see Scott Hall come out to this. You wouldn't see Kevin Nash come out to this, right? Who would you see come out to this? Scott Norton?
Vincent
trying to get some camera time, throwing the little 4 Live.
Stevie Ray.
You had Masahiro Chono, Muda, what's his name? Bogus Sting, the bootleg Sting.
Bootleg Sting.
or as Larry Zabisco would call him, Stink. He stink. Six Pac and
Conan,
and more importantly, this is probably the reason I love this theme so much, because every time I heard this theme while watching Nitro Live, I was like, oh, I think Buff Bagwell's going to come out. And I was a big Buff Bagwell fan back in the day. I thought he was going to be like the next Shawn Michaels. You know, like the next like breakout star, like young guy. And he kind of had the same attitude, like cocky. He changed his name from Marcus Alexander Bagwell to, he was just Buff Bagwell, and he was just always flexing his biceps. And so I like this theme. Like I like this one more than the regular NWO theme. It's just a little bit quicker, a little bit more fun. But I also like it more because, yeah, I would like, oh shit, Buff Bagwell's gonna come out, and I'm gonna see him hit the Buff Blockbuster, which at the time I was like, oh man, that's like the coolest finisher, the Buff Blockbuster. So yeah, dig this theme. I don't know if you have any thoughts on the NWO team theme.
The NWO team theme is like it's like when you knew like Bagwell, like you talk about, the thing with Bagwell was like when he left the WCW crew, that's when he like literally that was the time that they asked who wants to jump ship, and he said, yeah, I'll jump ship. So that was when him and Scotty Riggs started their thing. But the thing with Bagwell, I know that you always tell me, is like this is before he got the neck injury. So he was like so much different and wrestled so much differently. And I guess that's one of the main reasons that you really appreciate him at the time. But yeah, it's like it was more of a technician, but like you can understand after the injury, he had to change his style of wrestling altogether.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer when he got that injury from Rick Steiner, I think, right? Like he went for the like his bulldog off the second rope or top rope, and he kind of like slipped when he tried to hook Bagwell's head, and I think Bagwell's head kind of jammed into Rick Steiner's back, right? And he got like essentially paralyzed.
Yeah.
And Bagwell, I noticed Bagwell was never the same. Like he wouldn't bump the same. He wasn't doing. He wasn't just. It was just something. There was something different about him. But during this time, man, you gotta admit Bagwell was pretty fun to watch in the ring, and he had like a lot of charisma, and he had like a really cool look to him with the tights, with the bricks on the side, and he was just like a big goofball too, like a camera hog.
Yeah, like, and also because of him joining the NWO, he got more of a personality. That's like even with the American Males or Stars and Stripes, or when he originally came in as Marcus Alexander Bagwell, as we talked, joining the NWO gave him that swag that he needed to build that character.
Yeah, give him like the cool factor. I think he just had like a cool factor to him after that. But what do you think about the theme in general? Do you prefer this one, or you prefer just the main NWO theme?
To me, I guess the main NWO theme, because like you said, that's when you knew like Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, or even Hogan were gonna come out to it. But yeah, man, like at least this theme helped out a lot of guys that were like kind of stuck in a rut. So so it helped them out like to get more recognized.
Yeah, for sure. And I forgot, who could forget about Big Bubba Rogers coming out to this? Even Michael, what's his name? What was his name? Michael VK Wall Street or whatever. What was his name?
It's BK Wall Street.
BK. Oh my God, not a big fan of nothing against him, but I was never a big fan of IRS as a wrestler. Were you?
I thought he was a good wrestler. I think the fact that maybe you didn't like him because he didn't have his tie. He just had the shirt that time.
No, I didn't even like him as I hated him as IRS. I was like, oh no, IRS is on TV. There's a bunch of chin locks and and abdominal stretches. No, but he was just doing his job, I'm sure.
I'm very sure he did his job because he got you hating him.
That's for damn sure. Here, that deserves one of these.
Yeah, dog.
All right, well, we're going to go now to Chino's number 9 theme.
Get up on your feet. Put your hands together. Sing along with 3 count. We'll party on forever. We like the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC too. Britney Spears is kind of cute. We watch TRL on MTV. Everybody 3 count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
At number 9, Sexy Chino, you've got the 3 count theme. Tell us about why you dig this theme so much.
It just had a good beat, and at the time, that was like the boy band thing they were trying to do. So, and here's an Easter egg if you knew or not. It's like this group was started because of Jimmy Hart's idea.
Oh, this was a Jimmy Hart idea?
Yeah.
Jimmy, let's just stop right now. Jimmy Hart, that guy doesn't get enough damn credit. That guy was a genius.
Yeah, think about the theme songs he made. But like everybody saw him as the manager, which he did good. Like you said, he was always wanting to do the most he could to entertain the crowd. But behind the scenes, he was a real good factor.
Yeah, really, man. Just what he's done with, I would just with like a handful of themes. But then when you find out like, oh, that's a Jimmy Hart theme, you start finding out like that's also a Jimmy Hart. That's also a Jimmy Hart. Like, god damn, this guy was awesome. But yeah, this theme, even the background music kind of sounds like one of the like a typical like NSYNC song or Backstreet Boys song. And you really think about this time. What was this, like 2000, 2001 when 3 Count came out?
Yeah, it's like 99, 2000, like you said. And it's like I told you, even said in the song, TRL.
Yeah, what was that? Total Request
Total
Live,
Request
right? With Carson Daly.
Yeah, Carson Daly. Like, you know, and Britney Spears kind of cute. Come on.
Yeah, and it's you know, at that time the WCW was had been on a decline already for a couple years. And they had like all the ideas. WWF, WWE, they had all the ideas. They had all the better ideas. I think this is one that WCW, and now that I know, Jimmy Hart gave them this idea. WCW beat them to this idea, like, hey, let's have a boy band team with was it Shannon Moore and Evan Courageous and Shane Helms, right?
Yeah, and the good thing about this is like that gave a chance for Shane Helms and Shannon Moore to show what they can do in that ring. Plus, like Evan Courageous, it gave him another chance. But yeah, that really opened up some doors for the guys.
Yeah, really, they had a lot of good matches too. I remember with the Jung Dragons and the Misfits. Maybe I just remember they had a lot of good matches with the Jung Dragons, like ladder matches and 6-man tags and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the funny thing about the Young Dragons is like there was only one Asian guy.
Oh, wait a minute. One of them was Jamie Noble, right?
Yeah, the guy with the mask. Jamie Sung, remember? They used to call him Jamie Sung.
He wore a mask, but then, wait a minute. The other two guys were Asian, no?
Because, like...
Jimmy Wang Yang.
Isn't he, like, supposed to be like a redneck?
Is he a redneck? But he's Asian, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Asian, yeah.
Yeah, well, cool theme, a fun one for sure. I'm gonna go now to my number 9 pick. Speaking of Jimmy Hart, another Jimmy Hart classic here.
Southern born, Southern bred. When I die, I'll be Southern dead. We like to watch our wrestling every week on TV. Our favorite show is Andy Youngly Berry.
Because good old boys, good old boys, good old boys, they're just good old boys.
We got American flags flying in our yard, and every Saturday night we like to party hard. We got an old hound dog in a pickup truck. We like long-legged country girls who know how to love.
They're just good old boys.
You know, me being a Mexican American, I am far from a good old boy. But every time I hear this song, it makes me wish I was a good old boy. So I could, you know, get in my pickup truck and my old hound dog and listen to Good Old Boys by Jimmy Hart. Great theme. What do you think about this theme here?
This theme is good, but here's another Easter egg that I'm pretty sure you know. It's like that music without the lyrics is originally Jeff Jarrett's.
I didn't know that. Hold on.
I did not know that.
I did not know that until you told me, I think years ago, like, did you know that's the Jeff Jarrett theme just with added lyrics? I was like, no, it's not. And then I heard it, I was like, hey, god damn, it is a Jeff Jarrett theme from WCW. But a classic, man. What do you think of this one? I know a lot of people might hear this and they're like, this and not Rap is Crap? I gotta say, I kind of like this one more than Rap is Crap. Rap is Crap is a fun one too, but just like a song, because we're talking about themes, a song to listen to, I think I would listen to this more than Rap is Crap.
Yeah, like rap is crap. I think he just had a good thing because like that was like when they were like saying actually rap is crap is they got it onto what's it called, like one of those country stations. Remember, they literally got that on.
Yeah, it was like really requested,
Yeah,
right?
it
like
was.
like it maybe down south somewhere they were requesting this. And me, I'm honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of rap music. I do like, maybe I could count on my hand, maybe one hand and a half, the rap songs I like. I'm not a big rap fan, so I kind of did dig Rap is Crap, not just because, 'cause I wasn't a big rap fan, but it was really funny. So like a really funny song. And I think, I don't know if I heard this somewhere, but they said they switched up their theme to Good Old Boys because I think they were getting some backlash about Rap is Crap, like being kind of like, I don't know if racist or hateful. So I don't know if you've heard about that. I think I heard that somewhere or read that somewhere. That's why they pivoted to just them coming out to Good Old Boys.
That's a new one for me actually.
Yeah, I don't know. If you guys know out there, let me know. Or am I just bullshitting like usual? I don't know. Could be that too. But speaking of Jimmy Hart, look, I found this on YouTube, and just so you know, this is a Jimmy Hart song. Check this out. Jimmy Hart has a version of him singing "Good Old Boys." Check this out.
Southern born, Southern bred, and when we die, we'll be Southern dead. We like country music, we love country girls. We got an old hound dog in a pickup truck. We're just good old boys. We're just good old boys. We're just good old boys.
Can Jimmy Hart not do can he just like do everything? He makes music, he can sing in the damn song, he can be the girl in the freaking Shawn Michaels Sexy Boy theme. He can do it all. Can this guy like just not do, like, is it possible for him not to do something?
He's done a lot, and like he even plays Sensational Sherry. I could say that too.
That's what I was saying. He plays like the girl. I never didn't know that till recently, that he's like the one screaming like screaming. Is he the one like screams Sean, and then the singing the chorus, right? Sexy Boy.
No, I'm literally telling you, he plays like Sherry. When remember how Honky used to have like Peggy Sue. He actually had like a bandana or something over him.
He played like cross dressed as Peggy Sue.
Yeah, because I think they did like a spot or something that he got beat up and that, but he actually plays Peggy Sue.
I did. Hold on.
I did not know that.
Why did he have to play Peggy Sue? Because of the stunts? Because Sherry could take bumps and stuff.
No, yeah, because I don't know. I think they had like a thing they wanted to do with Honky and and then like the guy, I guess the Warrior or whoever he was facing would unmask him and
Oh, and then it was Jimmy.
Yeah.
Get on him, Honky. Stay on him, Honky. Did you have a Jimmy Hart impersonation?
I'm not a good impersonation.
That's mine. Get on him, Honky. Stay on him, Honky. And he's another one that, man, he used to like piss me off as a kid, Jimmy Hart, because he was doing his job. I realized that later when he would be on the megaphone and he wouldn't shut the hell up. I'd be like, God, this guy doesn't shut the hell up. Like the whole match, he's just screaming at the Nasty Boys and like, oh, get on him. Come on, ref. Like he's just like the whole time. He was like, I don't know how he had all that energy. He was like, he was on the whole time.
Yeah, and the thing about him was like, he literally was one of the guys that really invested into himself because he bought different jackets and pants that fit the guys that he was managing at the time.
Do you have a favorite? Like if you think of like an attire or a jacket or something, do you have like a favorite one that he wore? Something you remember he wore that was, oh, that's pretty cool.
Didn't he wear like a really cool jacket for like WrestleMania 8 where like he had like all the guys, or am I wrong?
Oh, who was it? Like for the 8-man?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. He had one with like the Nasties and the Repo Man and the Mountie.
I remember he had like a really cool jacket. It was like a WrestleMania, but I'm not. I thought that was it, but I could be wrong.
Really loved the Nasty Boys one when he even had like the helmet, the biker helmet. with the Nasty Boys graffiti on it and the Nasty Boys like jacket. Yeah, man. We got to give Jimmy his props, as the kids would say. We got to give him his props. All right, well, we're gonna go now to Sexy Chino's next theme. At Sexy Chino's number 8 pick, he's got Bret Hart's theme. I think this was his second and last theme. Definitely his last theme, right? WCW?
Yeah, it was his last theme, remember? Yeah, this theme, like, I really dig. It just, like, had, like, some sort of cool vibe to it, you know? Yeah, just to get that like, and if you know exactly where this theme came from, right?
No. What is it from?
It's from the Hitman documentary, remember?
The Hitman documentary?
Yeah, remember like when he had wrestling with, was it Wrestling with Shadows?
Oh, the Wrestling with Shadows? What you're saying, this theme was in there?
Yeah, because that was the beginning theme.
Of Wrestling with Shadows? Man, I don't remember that. I've watched Wrestling with Shadows a couple times.
Yeah, the one with Bret Hart.
Yeah. I did not know that.
I did not know that.
That's crazy. Yeah, but this was almost like number 10 for me on my list. I really, really like this theme too. And it kind of fits the vibe of the Hitman. Because the Hitman, you know, very cool, very, very calculated when he would walk to the ring. He had like a very, like, he just had like also like a cool factor to him when he would come to the ring. And this kind of like fits him. And I like that it kind of like builds. Like it starts very slow and then it starts ramping up and ramping up and ramping up. Yeah, cool theme. Cool theme.
Yeah, it really worked for him. It's like, especially at the time, like he had to have something new. Because like the first one, remember the first theme they gave him in WCW sounded a lot like the one from WWF.
Yeah, it was like the Kroger brand version, that first one, the Bret Hart WWF theme. Not gonna lie, at first I didn't like that one. It's not in my top 10, but I did like that WCW, that first WCW theme. Did you not like that one, the first one?
I thought it was okay, but I'm like saying this one I think felt more unique, and it felt like it worked more for him at the time. Like you said, Bret Hart was more calm, cool, collective, you know, for like the WCW brand.
Yeah, and a lot of these songs I'm playing them on a tablet, through a tablet on my YouTube. And sometimes I just like reading the comments, like for the videos. And for this one, the top comment for the WCW Bret Hart theme, it said, "This sounds like something you would hear in a movie right before a huge money heist." And I was like, it does kind of sound like, you know, you can picture someone like the characters in the movie getting ready to prepare for a huge money heist at a bank or something. Yeah. So cool theme. Anything else you want to add to this one?
High stakes, high rewards.
There you go. Let's go to my number 8 pick now. At my number 8, I got the Belfast Bruisers theme. He likes to fight. Fit Finlay. Man, I just love how this one just like right off the gate it ramps up, and it kind of fits Finlay because he was just like a smash mouth ass kicker. Like you knew when he was gonna get in the ring, you were gonna see some stiff ass European uppercuts, some stiff ass like pile drivers. I think at the time he was using the tombstone, right, as his finisher.
Yeah, I believe so.
When I hear this theme, I just think about when he used to come out with the jacket, like this leather jacket, and one part had like a metal shoulder or something, and he would just beat the hell. Him and Regal would just beat the hell out of each other. But I just love this theme. It's just like a badass. It's very generic sounding, but I think it's a badass theme. What do you think of this Fit Finlay theme?
I do agree that it fits the character. It's just got that beat, it's like that bounce to it, But yeah, like you said, Fit Finlay, William Regal, or Steven Regal, or Lord Steven Regal, whatever you want. Consider the name. Those matches in WCW, oh man, they were brutal.
Yeah, wasn't there a couple? Maybe there was more than one, but I remember one where they were like bleeding, like from the nose. Like they were just like hitting each other so hard, I think they would just bust each other's nose or lip.
Yeah, man. Like I'm telling you, some of the guys, like those matches made the European style or like strong style, or whichever way. If you weren't thinking that's legit, that was legit. I mean, they went at it.
Let me ask you this: would you rather take like 10 European uppercuts from Fit Finlay, like as soon as you wake up? Like you wake up, you got to take 10 European uppercuts from Finlay with all his force? Or would you rather wear a thong for the whole day?
10 European uppercuts because I know I could take it. It wouldn't be good, but I know I could take it.
All right, just wanted to check. All right. Well, we're going to go now to Chino's number 7 pick here.
Is back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys of wrestling. Testing competition, win the war, that's their mission. Not no mercy, see the rings like the street. If you don't know, you better find out the wolf pack. Here to prove a point, number one, just believe that you don't wanna tussle with them or be avoided them. Come in the ring with them, you're never walking out again. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. Turn your back on the wolf pack. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. You might wind up in a body bag. You took your chances, now it's time to show you we're wrong. In the ring, this is for all you sucks not strong. Day in, day out, the wolf pack for life. Tell me who has the guts to come in the ring tonight. Don't care about the replicas, we make our own rules. You're doing that what it takes to be a day shoot.
At your number 7 pick, Sexy Chino, you've got the Wolfpack, NWO Wolfpack theme. This one kind of shocked me you have it on your list. Tell me about why this made your list.
Before you say that, thanks a lot, Buff. Okay. So I have this one on my list because it just fit. This is like the cool theme. And one of the coolest thing about this theme itself, they tell you the Wolfpack is cool if you hear the lyrics.
They'll put you in a body bag. Yeah, this was definitely, I'm a Hollywood Hogan guy, NWO guy, but you couldn't help but like dig this theme. Even if you were team black and white and didn't want the red and black NWO to beat the Hogan's NWO, this was a cool theme, really cool theme. And when I hear that, I just picture like Nash come out with his hands up in the air and Conan. We were talking about how NWO kind of gave Buff that kind of like that boost. I feel like the NWO Wolfpack, once K-Dog joined it kind of gave him like that pop. Like he popped right after that, I mean, I wouldn't say the NWO Wolfpack made him cool. I think Conan was already cool, but he brought his coolness to like the Wolfpack, and he really like blew up after that.
Yeah, you're talking about like Conan getting his, that's when he started like his a really good connection with the fans. That's when he got in the Wolfpack, and he got noticed more. And like, because you got to think about it, who was in the Wolfpack? You talk about Hall, you talk about Kevin Nash, Randy Savage, Lex Luger, you know.
The Macho Man. He
Yes.
was in there, and for a short time, which I've had completely forgotten about until watching like YouTube videos. Kurt Hennig was. I was like, what? I don't remember Kurt Hennig in the Wolfpack, but apparently he was in there for a bit.
Well, Sting was in the Wolfpack, and that's the first time he actually, as the Crow gimmick, that's when he actually changed the actual colors of his paint.
Yeah, he went to red and black, which Mexican luchador El Chessman copied after. You know El Chessman?
I thought Chessman was going after like the Kane look.
Nah, man, he was trying to be Sting. I would even joke back in the day, he should call himself as Sting. As Sting. ESTING as Sting.
El Stingo.
Chessman. Yeah, but the really cool theme, I think. I remember when I hear this theme too, I remember one of my friends telling me that I guess their school, they were you know how every school has like a mascot? I guess they were the Wolves or something. So for one of the football games, they all wore NWO Wolfpack shirts. And they put them, like the team came out to this song. I was like, man, how cool is that? Like, that must have been super cool. Like, you see everybody wearing a Wolfpack shirt, and your team comes out to the Wolfpack theme. But definitely a cool one. And I think I've heard that freaking Jimmy Hart wrote this song, like with a local rapper.
Yeah, I think you might be right, because that was the time like Jimmy Hart was really part of the music for WCW.
Isn't that crazy? Jimmy Hart wrote a rap song, like a really cool rap song with like, I think it was like a local rapper. Like they wrote it together, and of course, Jimmy Hart didn't perform it, but the local rapper performed it. but cool theme. I'm gonna go now to my number 7 theme. Do I see a little smile on your face? What's the matter? You find this funny? You find this humorous?
It's a laughing matter.
At number 7, I've got the Hugh Morris theme. Another one that's kind of like in the same vein as the Fit Finley one. It's just like a stock, like rock theme. But man, every time I heard this song, I was like, oh man, it's such a cool theme. I dig this theme. One of those themes that I could listen to this. I think I have this in my gym playlist. I'll listen to this like during my lifting some weights. The Hugh Morris theme. Any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like it fit Hugh, Hugh Morris, and then but yeah, it's a team that fit him, and it worked out for him. Plus, like you said, when you heard it, he just came out doing the laughing stock,
And he was like, he reminds me of kind of like a Bigelow. He was like this big dude that can like really move in the ring, and he had a nice moonsault too.
Yeah, his moonsault's pretty clean.
Yeah. And I've also heard recently that I haven't heard this. I think I've read in the comments, the same comments that I read on YouTube for this theme. They're like, why does this sound like the Wonder Woman theme from the movies? You know which one I'm talking about?
Not sure.
I mean, let me play it for you. So some people in the comments, like in the comments of the Hugh Morris theme, they're like, "Oh, this sounds like the Wonder Woman theme." Let's check out the Wonder Woman theme. Maybe a little bit of a stretch, but that little beginning part does kind of sound a little bit like the Hugh Morris theme, a little bit, at least for like maybe a few seconds.
Yeah, just the beginning part, like it goes. But yeah, I don't think like Wonder Woman was looking through the stock files of the CW music.
Are you saying the Gal Gadot that played Wonder Woman was a? You know what Wonder Woman could use as a theme? Remember Hugh Morris, from the WCW? Let's do something with that theme. Yeah, but I dig that theme. I wouldn't say maybe I was like a huge Hugh Morris guy, but I just dug the theme. It's just one of those themes. I hear it, it sounds super badass. There's this guitarist. I don't know if he's still alive. Joe Satriani, I think is his name. I remember back in the day, I used to play like a lot of rock band and stuff. You remember that, right? I used to play like a lot of rock band, and I would purchase songs, and I remember purchasing songs from this guy named Joe Satriani. He just plays guitar. There's like no lyrics, and it sounds like this, like a Hugh Morris theme or like a Fit Finley theme. So I dug his music, and I was like, oh, that reminds me of WCW stock themes. Like I love those themes. So I don't know if those WCW themes got inspiration from Joe Satriani, but for those of you out there, if you haven't heard Joe Satriani's music and you're a fan of WCW rock songs, check him out. Check out Joe Satriani. All right, let's now go to, what number is this for you? Let's go to number 6. Sexy Chino's number 16. Here we go.
I'm time, baby. Prime time, baby. I built this house. This is my house. Y'all should know who built this house. Primetime did, primetime did. Show me the green and watch me go. Primetime skills, primetime skills. Y'all should know who built this house. Primetime did, primetime did. Show me the green and watch me go. Primetime skills, primetime skills. Y'all should know who built this house. Primetime did, primetime did. Show me the green and watch me go.
Very catchy theme right here. This is number 6. Sexy Chino's got the primetime Elix Skipper theme. Why do you love this theme so much?
It just got a good beat, and it's cool because like Elix Skipper's style, you know, it's like it just gives that beat, and it's one of the funniest things I remember is like I think it was Nitro, and it's like Elix Skipper's gonna face I think Bill Goldberg, and they go, yeah, like he maybe talk about his house, but his house is on Planet Goldberg.
Elix Skipper, I think, was another one of those guys in like the dying days of WCW that was like at least like a shining spot, you know, with the 3 count and the Junk Dragons, and he was one of those bright spots that even though WCW was kind of shit, like 2000, 2001, he was one of those guys that when you saw him, he was entertaining, had a cool theme, and he was a cool wrestler to watch in the ring too, high flyer.
Yeah, and he was actually putting Team Canada of all things, remember?
Was he actually Canadian or no?
No. Remember, Team Canada was like built out of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. How Canadian can you be that?
But I would just figure, okay, the hacksaw thing was like a joke, but I was like, are the other guys Canadian? Because it was like, well, Lance Storm obviously is Canadian, and then who else was in there? Him, Elix Skipper, and who else?
Didn't they have Mike Awesome in it too, and like Major Guns?
Major Guns? Hold on. This is for you, Major Guns. Major Guns. So nobody else was Canadian outside of Lance Storm?
No, that was the whole gimmick, I think. You know, it's like Lance Storm was the only Canadian in Team Canada. And but the thing interesting is, remember how Lance Storm just keep collecting titles?
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
and then keep changing them to Canadian names, titles.
Wasn't it like he got the U.S. title and he put like a big Canadian sticker on it or something?
Like the Canadian International title, and then like he got I think the cruiserweight, called it something low weight Canadian title or something. He just keeps changing all the names of the titles.
Yeah, that was another like cool spot in WCW, I think, when Lance Storm came in. Cool theme though, very catchy. I wonder why it's so catchy. Maybe they got the idea from somewhere, but we won't get into that right now. Not yet, anyway. All right, let me go to my number 6 theme right here. Number 6, I've got the Steve Mongo McMichael theme song. You can tell I love me my generic, non-lyric rock songs from WCW. This is another one that's on my gym playlist, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Steve Mongo's in-ring skills, but let me just say this, because I know they used to make fun of him, like Mongo Mondays on Instagram, and I used to get a kick out of watching those. I don't know if you've seen those. It was just every Monday they would show botches of Mongo McMichael on Instagram. But he was believable. He was a big ass Haas guy, former football player, former NFL champion. And maybe he wasn't the prettiest, the smoothest in the ring, but he was believable to me. He was a big dude. What says you?
He definitely was a big dude. But sometimes it's like the music, sometimes it overshines the guy, because people go, they remember more the music sometimes than the guy itself.
What do you say that about this one? Do you like this theme?
I like the theme. I can't deny that. And Mongo McMichael was not the most technical, I'll put it that way, most technical guy. But when it comes to brawling, he did a pretty good job. He is a former United States champion.
Yeah, and he had some pretty funny promos. He was pretty entertaining. Like he had entertaining promos, and even when he was the color guy on Nitro, like early on.
Yeah, because he brought his little dog, right?
Yeah, he had his little Chihuahua, with different outfits, and I thought, I wasn't a big fan of his wrestling, but I did think he was cool when he would come out. Like he had like a cool look, and he would come out with Deborah, and he always had I think for a while he would carry a briefcase, right? He'd carry the briefcase, and
yeah, he always tried to show off his his Super Bowl rings.
Yeah. And goddamn, he would do the tombstone pile driver, which was probably kind of scary to take from Steve Mongo McMichael. But hey, I don't think he ever really injured anybody with it. But
we haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah. But I hope he's doing better, because I think he was currently battling with an illness, right?
Yeah, he looks so different now compared to before.
Yeah, so hopefully he's doing better. All right, but we're going to go now to our top 5. We're in the top 5, Sexy Chino. We're going to go to your number 5 pick here.
Here's a couple reasons. Mad one, baby. Little one, baby. Elo, filter soul, sick May. Not to get paid. So many reasons. Why so many fools be changing like the seasons? Eye to eye, homeboy. Let's make this money. Mexicans bouncing, turning, buying ounces, straight up burning. Fuck what you're earning, hit the switch, lift the ride, jiggle the tits. Now watch sparks fly off the spray plate, beat in the drum that vibrates, playing the pain. Pump the brakes, eyes on the low, bounce up and down,
At number 5, Sexy Chino, you've got the Filthy Animals theme. The Reason. I think this one, they had multiple themes, right? This was one of them?
Yeah, this was one of them.
Why this one over? I forgot the name of the other one, but I remember something about that's the way we like it. That was like another one, right?
Yeah, they also used the Conan theme, remember?
Oh, Psycho. Yeah, Psycho. Yeah, but why this one over the other one?
I think it just has a better beat, and I think it fits more the Filthy Animals persona that we're going with, you know?
Yeah, who do we have there in the Filthy Animals? We had K-Dog, Ray, Eddie, right?
And Kidman.
And Tori. I think Tori was in there.
Yeah, Tori was in there, but like later on, the Filthy Animals, remember, didn't they also have Hoobie and Disco?
Oh, that's right. Disco was the only one that I was like, Disco?
They even changed his name, remember? They how he spelled it?
Was it with a Y?
Yeah.
I guess. That's supposed to make the Disco Inferno name cooler?
Yeah, I guess it was. Because I remember they actually did change the style of the name, how they spelled Disco.
Yeah. And I want to say, I think this rapper did a lot of songs, right? Was he the same one for Psycho and the other one?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think he was friends with Conan.
Yeah, this guy I like this dude. Whoever, I don't know the rapper's name. Was it Little One? I don't remember the rapper's name, but this guy was pretty entertaining, pretty fun.
Yeah, he was. But like I said, he was with Conan, and even Conan I think sings through this, or even like Ray gets a couple lyrics in there. But yeah, man, like I'm telling you, the Filthy Animals was a group that the originals. I mean, think about all the talent. You got Ray, you got Conan, you got Eddie, and Kidman. You come on.
It's like they poached all the best wrestlers from WCW at that time and put them in one team. But really fun theme, really fun song, and just keeping it. And I promise, Sexy Chino, I did not plan this. I saw this like once I was putting our music together. I was like, I did not plan this, but it works out. It worked out like this. But we're gonna go now to my number 5 favorite WCW theme.
I carry my life around with me in a see-through bag, and you siempre me preguntas que por qué estoy enojado. Diferentes caras, etapas diferentes, y los mismos que me odian dicen que son mis parientes. Vato, how you make this get down? Man, was the one is illuminate the ones who break the sound. Fully pulling tricks like the David Copperfield, so let the sun just spill on the 2-inch wheel. I smash the rabbit out your hat and choke it. Ya sé que tú no quieres verlo con el perro, con el esqueleto, tocando el violoncello en varios peos. 187 if you don't spin the vinyl. Revolutionary mind, but they label me a wino. Someone please and take my brain from the wall. You can blame it on the drugs or you can blame it on the alcohol. Ashes to ashes and back to dust. And before I go, ooh, believe I'm a buzz. Ashes to ashes and back to dust. And before I go, ooh, believe I'm a buzz. 190 to the cuatro. It's the M-A-D-O-N-E going psycho.
So at number 5, I've got another one of this rapper. I wish I knew the rapper's name, but another one of his songs. I consider this the Rey Mysterio theme. I know that you said the Filthy Animals came out to it, and I think Conan might have come out to it at some point, right? But to me, when I hear this song, I always think of maskless Rey Mysterio, the giant killer Rey Mysterio without the mask, beating like Bam Bam Bigelow, beating Kevin Nash, did he ever beat the Yeti or Ron Reese? I don't know. He probably beat the Ron Reese too, but this always reminds me of that era from Rey Mysterio, which is, I feel like it's kind of like swept under the rug, or people don't want to remember when he didn't have a mask. But I dug this era of Rey Mysterio. What do you think?
Yeah, it gave Rey a different style to his character, but I think the rapper might be named Mad One.
Mad One, okay.
I could be wrong, but I think that you could say in the comments one. But like, no, like you said, this music is good. But the thing of the Filthy Animals is that it worked because they were actually friends. And one of the main reasons they were the Filthy Animals, because those are like, you know how they used to have, like they used to say WCW had different cliques in the back.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that stuck together.
Yeah.
Used to hang out with each other and being the filthy animals because they used to party more than anybody else. Used to hang out at the end.
So they were the filthy animals. But what do you think of this specific one, Psycho?
Psycho, I think I think this actually fit Conan more than Ray.
Yeah. But Ray Mysterio had another one,
because
right?
Ray had another one too. Remember?
Yeah, where I remember it. I don't know if it was probably that same rapper, but it had like a different. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but maybe it was the same rapper, but it was like a kind of. I don't know. It felt like a little bit less like a song. This one feels like a song you might have heard like on Power 106 or something, right? The Psycho one. The other one felt like an actual like wrestling theme song.
Yeah, because remember when when Disco was facing Conan, and then Disco decided to rap over this one.
Yeah. Oil of LA. that thing was hilarious. But it wasn't this one. That was another one.
It wasn't Psycho, you sure?
No, it wasn't Psycho. I remember that one. It was one where Conan is mostly rapping through that one. Conan, and then like I think that Mad one, I think is his name. He has some parts too. And Disco like does a parody of it. It's not that. It's not.
It's
Psycho.
not this one. Oh,
it's another one.
I'm thinking it was another one.
Hold on, we can add it right here. Oh, let's add it right now.
Let's see it.
With the magic of editing, we're gonna listen to that one right now.
Let me speak on this. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Arriba la raza all day and every day. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. Oil of all day, every day. Lucha Libre to WCW. Canal de gente, straight up loving you. From the Order SA to the yes, y'all. Who wants to step to my homie K-Dog? Get slammed on the mat, get your whole head cracked. Way the man slam vocals, build the soul track. Step into the ring, yelling Oil of From Mexico to the USA, getting scuffed up. The food get roughed up to kill somebody.
See, it was a different one. It's like one where Conan's rapping.
Yeah, it's another one. That was my bad.
I remember back in the day, like that, like cracking me up, and I think I added that. Like I remember recording that on a VHS tape, and I would watch it every now and then.
Yeah, I like the fact that we like when we saw if you can, we're just hearing it, you're hearing it. But I'm gonna describe like if you watch the video. Disco has like he literally has the lyrics like that he wants to sing. He has the paper that he's trying to sing it.
He's just like at one point he kind of gives up and he's just like
Ole.
Yeah, a good one right there. But that Mad One, shout out to them. I wonder if that Mad One rapper's still around. He had a lot of cool theme contributions to WCW, late 90s WCW.
Yeah, good old Mad One, huh?
Yeah, representing the La Raza.
Too much information and shit, man.
Yeah, sorry, Victor. All right, we're gonna go now to Sexy Chino's number 4 favorite WCW theme of the dying days. Number 4, Sexy Chino, you've got the Land Storm theme. Tell us about this one.
This sounds awesome. I think I just like the beat of it. You know, I know like it's funny because remember Land Storm was going like for that persona of like being the quiet wrestler, And this song has nothing for quietness.
It's cool. It's like a cool thing.
It really is a cool thing. But think about it. He just comes out like you with that swagger, just like, and it stands in the ring. I just think it's a great theme altogether, man. It's just got a nice beat, but it's just hilarious that they gave it to Lance Storm when he was trying to play that very serious persona.
If I can be serious
for a minute.
For a minute. Is this, when I heard this, when putting this list together and I heard this theme, I was like, I never realized, is this supposed to be the ECW theme?
I never really paid attention. You want to...
Like the beginning, listen to the beginning. I feel like the beginning's like the Extreme Championship, and then it goes into the ECW song. That doesn't remind you of that?
I never paid attention, but I guess you're right. And the matter in the magic of editing, you can check it yourself.
Oh, let's check it. Let's compare. You guys let us know if we're crazy or not.
Extreme Championship.
Am I reaching, pals? Am I reaching?
No, I actually think it does have a little bit towards it, yeah. Like they said, the beginning part.
I mean, it would make sense because, maybe WCW was trying to rub it in in Paul Heyman's face. ECW, like, we got one of your best stars, and we're gonna use a bootleg version of your ECW theme.
WCW, ECW, even WWF. Look how much they got away with back in the day.
I remember like that part of like that late 90s wrestling, like the Monday Night Wars or whatever. Some of the fun was just some of the trash talking like that you would hear, right? Like, WWF, I feel, started it with the whole Huckster and Billionaire Ted and then the Nacho Man, and I think then WCW kind of they took it to another level. But I remember one of the times where remember the NWO would take over the commentator's desk, and then they would like kick out like Bobby Heenan and Sabisco, and they would take over the commentating of the matches.
Yeah,
and I remember one of the times like I think Hall is telling Nash, "Oh, we could buy any company we want." And then Nash, or I think Hall says, "We can buy ECW." And Nash says, "What? You got $2 on you?" And they're just like roasting ECW. I miss that. I wish like AEW or WWE would do that, but I don't think that WWE's probably like, we're not even going to acknowledge this AEW.
Well, if you want to think, they have acknowledged them in different kind of formal way without just saying their initials.
How have they acknowledged them?
Because like they did like when they did was it the Hall of Fame and DX went in and Billy Gunn was there.
Oh yeah.
And then didn't Triple H say, "Well, you're here instead of working out like a Bush League or something."
It's like, the Bush League company. Well, like we say, he'll buy that company too, or something.
Something like that, yeah. But they give him like little shots here and there,
We need more of that petty saltiness from these companies, huh? All right, well, cool pick. I'm gonna go now to my number 4 favorite WCW theme.
Self high five.
number 4, I've got the DDP Diamond Dallas Page theme. I know everybody makes fun of this theme because it's like, it's just a Nirvana theme. Smells like Teen Spirit, right? But man, here's a hot take. I would much rather listen to the DDP Self High Five theme than the Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit theme. Is the Nirvana version gonna have Too Cool, and is it gonna have DDP saying other things? I don't think so. So man, I love this theme, and when I hear this theme, it just reminds me of DDP coming out, and you just knew he was gonna find a different way to hit the diamond cutter. And WCW has gotten a lot of shit about like, oh, they all they did was steal WWF's wrestlers, all their stars. They couldn't build their own stars. This was one that was a homegrown WCW guy. He started there. He became a star there, and he was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And I think WWF made him look like shit when he went over to WWF. So I must say it. F WWF for treating DDP like that. I thought that was pretty bush league. What do you think? What do you think about this theme? At my rant. What do you think about the theme? And
which one goes first? The theme or the rant?
Go. What do you think about the theme first?
Okay, I'll say the theme was pretty cool. And yeah, exactly. Everybody knew where it came from. But remember, like, you can get away with things like that if you just tweak it a little.
Yeah.
And that's another thing like WCW and WWF did back in the day is like they tweaked a little the theme song, and hey, it's ours now. you know? But it's funny that you heard the DDP theme song because the viewers that can't see. Because we're actually watching WCW right here, and it's DDP wrestling the Eaton, which Bobby Eaton, and I just thought this hilarious itself. But when you, let me get about the rant.
What do you think about that? I'm pissed. They always like shit on like people always shit on like WCW. Oh, they all they did was steal. All WWF does is like, when a star is made in WCW, is treat them like shit in their company.
That's the petty system of the old school Vince McMahon saying, "Well, I didn't help you make you here, so you really don't matter. You have to earn your spots. You have to earn your stripes or whatever." But yeah, I agree. DDP was definitely made in WCW. Because think about it. He started as a manager in the AWA. He wanted to train, and he trained at a very, very late age, like 30-something, getting close to 40 or whatever. But, yeah, man, the guy worked hard, and, like, first teaming up with Hall and Vinny Vegas, which is Nash, And, yeah, because, like, he was great, but, like, he worked, man. Maybe like some people didn't like his style, or like how he was like kind of Randy Savage, if you know what that means. But yeah, just like DDP worked hard, and he built himself in WCW. He was like legit main event player, and when he went to WWF with the Undertaker stalker thing with Sarah, it's that's more of a Vince thing than anything else. But yeah, just like you take your shots, but you do the best you can with him, But DDP, when he was doing the secondary character with the DDP yoga, where he had the big teeth smiling. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, and like one of the things is like that WrestleMania 18 match between him and Christians is what I really want to watch out of that WrestleMania card more. Because I knew they were gonna have a really good match, but
that's my second favorite match. But come on,
don't
tell me you were liking that match more than anticipating that more than Hogan Rock. Come on now.
Well, out of the card, I looked at it. Yeah, wrestling wise, yeah.
Sexy Chino over here. You believe this guy?
Thanks a lot, Buff.
But man, that always makes me mad because DDP was, like you said, legitimate top guy in WCW. He was one of my favorites. Like anytime you heard that song, the DDP song, people were hyped. He was over. He was like super over, and just like the DDT, like in the 80s, early 90s, that diamond cutter, like everybody was waiting for the diamond cutter, just like the DDT back in the WWF, right?
Yeah, and like that diamond cutter sign, or and you knew that it was reaching beyond the bubble of wrestling when like Karl Malone started using it, and other people were using the diamond cutter sign, which is the diamond cutter thing is like another thing. I think I think DDP actually trademarked that. Because he said, like, was it JC that was kind of using it too?
To, like, cease and desist on JC. Yeah.
So, yeah, just the diamond cutter. But no, it's like you said, DDP was built in WCW. This theme song really felt like it started. Because remember, he used to have an old school song that said, "Good God." Started.
Oh, yeah, that one was pretty trash.
Yeah, so, but this one, like, actually felt like it fit that DDP character that they were going for, It was like, or he was trying to build himself.
And I just love the presentation of DDP, like when he would come out and put up the sign and the fireworks, and even when Kimberly was a Nitro girl and wasn't really walking to the ring with him, I always dug that she would like come to the ramp with him and do the sign, and then she would go backstage. I thought that was really cool, the presentation with Kimberly.
Yeah, the diamond cutter sign, man. It's still one of those things that you see, and you know exactly what it is.
Show your shirt. This is an actual vintage.
Vintage.
This is actually from the 90s, right?
Yep. You can actually see the diamond cutter sign right here.
But show it good. Show it good so people can see it on YouTube.
I can't.
Sexy Chino has a bunch. You have a bunch of vintage 90s, late 90s shirts, right?
Yeah, like that. That's when I started like buying some stuff. Like I got like an original Ice of Ice from Malenko, like a Saturn T-shirt.
You have a D Malenko?
Yeah, man.
The one with just the ice.
Yeah.
The ice, not the ice, the ice, and with the ice around it, I think.
Yeah, you just see the ice right here, and it says Ice of Ice on the back. Yeah.
You want to sell that one or no?
You just want me to sell everything, don't you?
To me. Let me ask you this: there's a YouTuber here, Megadan29. I'm talking to you, Megadan. We were talking about D Malenko, and he says D Malenko's poor, bro. And I'm like, man, D Malenko was not poor. D Malenko was legit. Wouldn't you say? D Malenko was not poor. You agree with me, right?
What do you mean by poor?
Like he sucked.
That's another word.
Yeah.
The same.
Yeah, I guess that's the Megadan's way of saying that he sucked. He was poor, bro.
No, man. It's like, well, like Dean Malenko definitely wasn't poor or like bad or like in a wrestling technique way. It just depends how you like your wrestling, because that was a legit. If you wanted to see like a lot of good technical wrestling, you cannot say Dean Malenko was poor or like a bad or anything else. But if you want to talk about like maybe like promo style, Dean Malenko wasn't all the way there. But like I said, it's the perspective of how you watch the wrestling itself.
Yeah, what you want? You hear that, Megadan? Dean Malenko was not poor, bro. All right, let's go now to Sexy Chino's next pick.
Ronnie.
Sexy Chino at number 3. You've got the chronic theme. Tell us about this one.
It just has such a good way how it built, and it just has such a good beat for the team itself. But yeah, here's I'm pretty sure you heard the Brian Clark short, right? He's talking about the voice behind the Chronic. At the beginning, right?
Who's that? Is that Jimmy Hart too?
That's Brian Adams.
Oh, it's him?
Yeah, it's not Brian Clark. It's actually Brian Adams. That's what you're saying. It's like they just kind of in the studio kind of emphasize his voice or something. But like, yeah, that's the Chronic. And what's cool about this theme song is that even in WWF, after they left, they gave it to Stevie Richards. Remember? Without the Chronic part.
Stevie Richards came out to this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because wasn't it one of the wrestling games? Like WrestleMania 2000 or
Yeah.
No Mercy?
Yeah, he had like the actual, that theme song, but they just took out the Chronic at the beginning.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say something here. I love me Brian Adams. You know I love me a Kona Crush. I love me a Demolition Crush. I love me Brian Clark. I love me Adam Bomb. Some Wrath. This is one song from your list. I can't stand this fucking song. I can't stand the Chronic's theme. It's just like one. It's just the same the whole way. That's just my take. I just don't like this theme. But you're saying that this one you dig it.
Yeah, I dig it. Like I said, I think it fit the character, Chronic, and the big guys. Going just in one speed, I guess you could say, by it. But yeah, it worked. It even worked for Stevie Richards.
Yeah, not a favorite of mine, but hey, that's why we both have our lists. We haven't crossed songs. Everybody has their picks, I'm sure. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, if you're listening on the audio end, let us know. Like, is there some songs that you're like, man, how haven't you picked this song? And why did you pick that shitty song, that Psycho one for Rey Mysterio? Let us know. If you're on YouTube, you can let us know in the comments, in the live chat. If you're listening on the audio end, go to retrotiburon.com. You can leave me a voicemail or send me a message if you don't want to talk on audio. You can just send me a message and be like, man, how did you miss this theme? Or why did you add that one? Or these are some other ones you missed,
Yeah.
Let us know, right? Everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, exactly. And like they always say, this is our list. There's no wrong list. Your list is not wrong. Our list is not wrong. This is our perspective, how we saw songs, for WCW. So if you guys got a list, put it down.
Yeah, let me know.
Let's see.
Let us know your top 10.
Exactly. It might be way better than ours.
Yeah. I wouldn't say mine are like top picks. I have like weird, maybe not weird, but specific taste in what I like, and it's not always the most popular themes. As you will see closer to as we get to number 1, you'll be able to see that. But let me go now to my what was that? Your number 3 pick. Let me go to my number 3 pick. At number 3, I've got the Eddie Guerrero theme. I want to say this was his first WCW theme, right? Is this his first one?
Yeah, I think this was his first one. And what's funny about this theme is it kind of sounds like the original Ravishing Rick Rude theme before Simply Ravishing.
Oh, that's interesting. Who knows? Maybe it's a play on it?
Yeah, well, you can do the magic of editing. And you can check it out yourself.
Were you trying to make? Were you thinking this is a professional podcast here, Sexy Chino, making me do all this editing?
Hey, it's called work. You
know I don't like to work. All right. What was that theme? Tell me, what was it?
It's the Ravishing Rick Rude before Simply Ravishing. Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. Yeah, a little bit. It actually reminds me of another song, which we'll get to later on in the podcast. Foreshadowing for you guys out there. But the Eddie Guerrero theme, I love it for so many reasons. First reason, I love the bass. Like the bass in the background, like during the rock song, you just hear the little da-da-dum, da-da. In the background, you just hear the bass over and over. I also love it. I think it might have to do some nostalgia. It might have to do with some nostalgia because this is when I first like saw Eddie Guerrero. I never watched ECW. Like I said, I wasn't really watching AAA or I think he was AAA, right? Not CMLL.
Yeah, AAA.
With Love Machine.
With Love Machine.
So I wasn't really watching him. So when I see like Eddie Guerrero, and to be honest, I think this theme. I think he started at 95, but god damn it, I'm adding this to my 96 to 2001 theme because I think he actually debuted in 95. But when I first saw heard this theme and saw him, I was like, who's this Mexican dude with like a mullet? And then seeing him wrestle, and I was like, why have I never heard of this guy? He's like doing freaking brain busters and like flying head scissors. And I'm going to say there's another hot take right here, Chino. Hot take. I am tired. God damn it. I am tired of people saying Rob Van Dam has a better frog splash than Eddie Guerrero. I'll give Rob Van Dam his frog splash. It's prettier. It gets more height. Better? It is not better. For me, Eddie Guerrero's is more has more impact. I think Rob Van Dam's is more floaty. Eddie Guerrero's looks like it has more impact behind it, and the way he kind of like he does the actual like I don't know what you would call it, but like a frog motion, and when he would hit it, it looked like it hurt.
Yeah, you're right. Because like they always said. RBD's frog splash is pretty, but Eddie's is more impactful. And you want to talk about how much impact it had. Remember when they first came into WWF as the Radicals, and he literally did that, and that's how he got hurt?
Yeah, he broke his arm. Yeah. I think that might have been because he slipped a little bit, didn't he? Like he was wearing like cowboy boots when he climbed the top rope. He might have slipped a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if that was like a impactful move. That's what I'm trying to go with.
I don't want to hear no more Rob Van Dam. Oh no, Rob Van Dam. It is not better than Eddie Guerrero's frog splash. God damn it! And if you believe it is, unsubscribe right now. And if you got an issue with that, Sexy Chino, I'll give you his address after the podcast. If you got issue, you got to take the issue up with him.
Oh, how come you're the one that brought it up, and now you're throwing me underneath the bus? And yeah, just throw it in the comments below. I'm pretty sure he'll read it.
He says you got to get through him first to get to me, right?
That's only on your mindset. you make your own enemies. I don't.
Yeah, but man, going back to this theme, like I know a lot of people will say like, oh no, the one afterwards was better. The one where it was like when he was the heel Eddie Guerrero. A lot of people like that one better, but to me, I think I just like the bass in this one. And it just reminds me of like babyface Eddie Guerrero. I love heel Eddie Guerrero was probably top tier, but I just loved the babyface Eddie Guerrero too with the singlet. And man, he was just like, I don't know if there's maybe, I would say Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, but I think Eddie Guerrero's right up there with them as far as like in-ring wrestlers, performers.
Yeah, Eddie's really good. I mean, he had that charisma, and he had the wrestling ability. He had the training, the legendary family. I mean, he had a lot going for himself.
And he could wrestle like the small guys. He could go with the cruiserweights, and he would put on like, just watch Halloween Havoc. What was that, 98? With Rey Mysterio wearing the Phantom outfit. That was 98, right?
Well, was that 97?
Wasn't it 98? Isn't that when DDP fought Goldberg?
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah.
Or you watched it?
No. I wasn't there for that one. I was there for the other two.
Okay.
But you're probably right for 98. If that's the Goldberg, that's the one with the Halloween Havoc where they went way over, right? And they had to cut them over, and then they had to show them a main event on Nitro.
That's the one where you said that you actually ordered the pay-per-view, and you complained, right? Because they cut off your feed. Was that one?
No, no, it wasn't that one. That actually was the Royal Rumble one, where I actually thought Tugboat was gonna win. Yes.
When you thought Tugboat was gonna win the '91 Rumble and
yes,
take on Sergeant Slaughter at WrestleMania 7.
Yes.
That would have been a hell of a main event. Tugboat versus Sergeant Slaughter at WrestleMania 7.
But remember, the original thing they were throwing out ideas was like, a chic tugboat. Remember?
Yeah.
There was so it kind of contradicted just through Slaughter, and it made more sense.
Yeah. But man, like I was saying, Eddie Guerrero, put him up against a cruiserweight classic. Put him up against someone a little bit bigger, like a Jericho or Chris Benoit. Great match too. Like he could get in there with anybody and have a great match.
Truly.
Yeah. But that's my number. That was my number 3 pick. Where we're gonna go to our top 2 now. Let's go to Sexy Chino's number 2 favorite WCW theme.
Breaker. It's the original KID. Started in 91 in the state of NC.
In the place to be, your boy paid his dues. When Helms invades a spot, all the marks are through.
Vertebraker, we'll break your spine. Vertebraker,
does the trick every time.
Vertebraker, we'll slap your face. Vertebraker,
break you like the bulls with the face.
Jabronis take notice, Sugar Shane has arrived. Plexing opponents right on the backside.
Aim high like Top Gun, skills they got none. Helms will survive, all you haters are done.
Vertebraker, we'll break your spine. Vertebraker,
does the trick every time.
Vertebraker, we'll slap.
At number 2, Sexy Chino's got Sugar Shane Helms Vertebraker theme. Tell us about this one. Why is this one so high up on the list?
It's really good. I just like how it sounds and it fit Helms at the time. You know, it's Sugar Shane Helms. And once again, if you hear the lyrics, it tells you the story of it.
The Vertebraker, which was his finishing move.
Yeah.
Which you don't really see people do that move because it looks so damn scary to take.
You got to know how to take it. That's the thing.
So it's essentially you get put upside down, and kind of hard to explain, but I'll put a picture of like kind of the move right here, like the setup at least. But yeah, you're like upside down on the guy's back, and you go. You better not land on top of your head. You gotta land like on the high side of your shoulders, from what I remember.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes actually kind of used the move, didn't he? He's been
using it now.
He used it a couple of times.
Oh man! All right, let me ask you this: Would you wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning? First thing you gotta do is take a Vertebraker.
From who?
From Sugar Shane Helms. Sugar Shane Helms, straight. You gotta take that, or would you rather take 20 Europe as hard as he can European uppercuts from Fit Finlay?
I'll take the Vertebraker because at least I know how to take it.
Man, that move looks so scary though. I don't know if anybody ever got injured with that. I'm sure somebody must have, and on the indies, not done it well, and got knocked out, at least a concussion.
Yeah, just like if you really don't know how to like time it or know where you're going with it, that move is not that well.
Yeah,
safely wise.
Yeah, and this was when he kind of broke off from 3 count, right? And then he was kind of doing his own thing. He was kind of like the breakout star from the 3, and he would have like girls come out, right, and dance with him.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I think was that the Nitro Girls?
I think so, but they would like dance to the song with him, and he would dance too, and he had like this whole presentation. Yeah, it was cool. Did he take this theme to WWF or no?
No.
No, they didn't take it. That would have been cool if he took it there.
No, he didn't take it there, but the Vertebraker, itself, that's a move like a lot of people don't take.
Yeah. Would you take a Vertebraker from me for $100?
You're not very safe, are you?
Yeah, probably not. I wouldn't trust myself either. Just taking a Vertebraker. All right, well, let's go to my number 2 pick now. number 2, I've got the Brad Armstrong theme. Man, let me tell you, I used to, back in the old days when we had VHS tapes, I would wait by my VCR to hit record so I could record when Brad Armstrong would come out to this theme because I loved this theme so much. I just wanted, that was, back in the day, we didn't have a smartphone to check out YouTube and watch these videos like we're watching right now. I was like right there by the VCR. Okay, it's Brad Armstrong. As soon as I would hear that guitar, I would hit record so I could have this song. I could listen to it on my VCR. But man, love this theme. This was also my introduction to Brad Armstrong because, like I mentioned before, I didn't watch early 90s WCW. I was busy watching WWF. But during like the Nitro days, he would come out, Brad Armstrong. He was an enhancement talent. He wasn't really winning a whole lot. And admittedly, I only liked listening to the theme. But in listening to this theme, I got to see Brad Armstrong in the ring. And I was like, damn, this guy's like really good. And he kind of became one of my guys almost. Like, oh, okay, this guy's not Hollywood Hogan. He's not DDP. He's not on that status. But he kind of became one of my low-key favorite guys, like unsung hero guys. I was like, man, this guy's really cool. Like, and speaking of safe, me not being safe, this is a guy you got in the ring with. He's probably going to take care of you. You're probably going to get out of that match fine. And everything he did looked so crisp. He was so technical, so good. And that Russian leg sweep, maybe Bret Hart and him probably have the best Russian leg sweeps. But I loved his because he would float into like a pin. He would hit the Russian leg sweep and kind of flip over and pin you. What do you think of this theme? First of all, what do you think of the theme? And then you can talk about Brad Armstrong, the wrestler.
I like the theme. So this is 96. I thought it was like 95. Just
like earlier. I said, I might have taken some liberties.
Okay, I just want to confirm that because I remember hearing this theme earlier.
I might have taken some liberties or not. Okay, God damn it, I'm adding this theme. All right.
No, okay, the theme's good. I like it. It's like it's got a good beat and everything else. It has like it fits the Armstrong style. But if you want to talk about the wrestler, oh my God, an unsung hero in this business. Like so many guys talk so well about Brad Armstrong, like Ted DiBiase. If you watch his matches, like you said, he's a very crisp wrestler. Like you could tell he's like he knows his safety style. He knows how he's taking care of the opponents. But yeah, man, he always gave you a good match. A lot of people, you just check out his matches, and you could see some really good old school wrestling.
Which one would you recommend? If you recommended a Brad Armstrong match, what stands out for you?
Didn't he? I think he had like a match against Brian Pillman. Did he?
Like I said, I wasn't really watching early WCW. I was watching 90, 95 and on, more 96 and on.
Yeah, because I think him and Brian Pillman had a really good match.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that was like early 90s.
Yeah, I think 93, 94 maybe.
Yeah, he was just one of those guys that I was like, damn, this guy's really good. But for whatever reason, he just wasn't one of the top guys for whatever reason. But brother of the Road Dogg Jesse James, and what was the other dude's name? Son of Bullet Bob Armstrong.
Steve Armstrong.
Yeah, Steve Armstrong's brother.
Yeah, he used to be in the what's it called? The Young Pistols and the Southern Boys. And here's an Easter egg, or he used to wrestle in WWF as Lance Cassidy.
He used to wrestle in WWF.
I'm talking about Steve Armstrong.
Oh, Steve Armstrong as Lance Cassidy.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that Lance Cassidy.
Yeah, it was like early 90s. Like he wasn't there that long, but he used to wrestle as Lance Cassidy.
I don't remember that, but I'll give you a Brad Armstrong match. You know which one I like? It's an enhancement talent match, but I really love. He made Goldberg look like a mega star. It was I think Super Brawl '97.
Oh, you mean from the Cow Palace?
Yeah, like I know it's Super Brawl. It's Brad Armstrong versus Goldberg when Goldberg was kind of like mowing through everybody. Man, the reaction of the people in that crowd, like of what Goldberg was doing, it was like, we're like, whoa, who's this guy? But you're a worker. It takes two to tango. That's Brad Armstrong making Goldberg look like $1 million.
Yeah, because like Goldberg was very green, and like a lot of guys had to like give him like a good hand, but yeah, it's like if people, let's just put it this way, if people don't want to help you out or like basically try to work with each other or like work hard with each other, that match is not going to come out great. Let's just put it that way.
He could have sandbagged Goldberg, is what you're saying. It made him look like shit. But man, that match, I love it. It's like a 2-minute match, but it is like you can just hear the crowd reaction. I think it's Super Brawl 97, Goldberg versus Brad Armstrong. It's just a throwaway match, but I think that's one of those matches that where the people were like, oh man, this Goldberg guy, watch out for this guy. Like, this guy's coming. Yeah, but also another thing before I forget, go ahead, what were you going to say?
Well, like I was going to say is like, you talk about being a 2-minute match, and like, all I can say is like, if you can do that in a 2-minute match, that tells you a lot.
Nothing wrong with doing stuff in 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
Are you talking from experience or what's going on with this?
That's all I got to say about that. But what else did I want to say? Oh, before we move on to our number one favorite WCW themes, I've always wanted an Armstrong curse t-shirt. Remember when he would come to the ring and he would have, I think it was like a cut off like sweater or something, or like a shirt. And as you can see, I don't like wearing sleeves. Since you've known me, you probably see me not wear a whole lot of t-shirts and a lot of muscle t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
And you've known me a while. I would love me a cut off sleeve Armstrong curse. I think, I don't think they sold those. Like WCW didn't sell those. It looked like he had those like airbrush somewhere and he would wear them to the ring. Man, I would love one of those shirts.
It's time to get the airbrush.
Yeah, maybe I gotta go. Maybe I gotta go to the mall, my local mall, and have one airbrush. I would rock that, man. I thought that was so cool how he kind of had like the Armstrong curse, which he called it the Armstrong curse because he was kind of embracing that he was losing all the time. Yeah, love that theme, Armstrong theme. All right, now we're gonna go to our number ones. We're gonna go to Sexy Chino's favorite WCW theme from '96 to 2001. Even flow. Whatever Eddie Vedder says after that. At number one, Sexy Chino, you've got Chris Jericho's second WCW theme. I was shocked you had this at your number one.
No, man, like, you know what? You just said even flow, right?
Yeah.
And I found that out like later on. I just thought it was an original cool song. I didn't even know about the even flow thing until like I heard about it so many years back. But to be perfectly honest, I really like this song. I think it was good. It just fit that character. Plus, he did some of his best work with this song. You gotta talk about like the man with the 1,005 holes. Was it 5 holes? 3 holes?
Number 4, arm bar.
lucha libre arm bars like that. But yeah, man, think about it. It's like that's when he was like getting into that character mode. You know, it wasn't like all of a sudden being just that happy baby face, a good guy. You know, like just go to the crowd, get and go to the rail and get the fans to touch. You know, like he was building out that personality that really helped him when he went into WWF. So this song means a lot, like nostalgia wise, and it's a cool song to me. But yeah, just that's the ordeal with Jericho. That's why I picked this song, because like it reminds me so much of that time, and I dig the song, even though like I said, like many years I did not even know it was called. It came from Even Flow. So
now that you know the song Even Flow, do you like the song Even Flow? Or are you like me, like, oh, I'd rather listen to the wrestling version of this theme?
I'd rather listen to the wrestling version of this thing.
Okay, so no Pearl Jam for you. You rather listen to the Jericho theme.
Yeah, I'd rather listen to the Jericho theme. I think sometimes the themes sound better without the lyrics.
You hear that, Eddie Vedder? You're trash, says a Sexy Chino.
Yeah, you put words in other people's mouths.
Yeah, when I hear this theme, this is an honorable mention for me. I don't have it on my list, but honorable mention. Obviously Pearl Jam, but all I see is like you said, the Man of 1,000 and 4 Holds and Boris Malenko, when he would make fun of D. Malenko's dad, Boris Malenko.
Or stealing getting all the luchadors mask.
Oh, yeah. Or Ralphus, and coming out with Ralphus.
Or like you said, like Slamboree coming out and naming all the luchadors for the battle.
I remember like one of the moves, wasn't it the 3-handled family Gradunzo special or something? Yeah, I'm not gonna be honest. I'm not a huge Jericho fan. I think he's I got some hot takes here. I think he's kind of overrated. But this era of Jericho, I think for me, this is top tier Jericho. Like this I loved of Jericho. Like during when he was I think he was the cruiserweight champion at this time, right?
Yeah, he's like the cruiserweight champion. Like he was having that feud with Malenko and like
Hoovy, right?
And Hoovy and
Ray.
And I mean, that was, like I said, that was the beginning of building that persona, that Chris Jericho persona, living more instead of just being the wrestler Chris Jericho, you know.
He was the entertainer.
Exactly. He's like bringing it to the next level.
Yeah, but cool theme. Now I'm gonna go to my all-time favorite WCW theme. I want to know your opinion on this one after we hear it. Check out my all-time favorite WCW theme from 96 to 2001. I guess you can say I might have broken my rules again, because I think this song was around 95 too, maybe 94 even. I guess you can say I'm the dirtiest player in the game when it comes to picking songs in my podcast. But I don't give a damn. I'll put my feet on the ropes. I'll hit you with the brass knuckles. I got the Horseman theme. Four Horsemen theme. One of the many Horsemen theme, I'm sure. At my number one. What do you think of this theme right here?
That theme was good. I mean, yeah. Well, it's your podcast, so you could be the dirtiest player in the podcast game. No, this theme is good. You know, it's like it just has that feel of like the Horseman coming out. You know, it's like it just gives that vibe. But yeah, overall, like the Horseman that you said was like with Steve Mongo McMichaels, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, you know, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair.
Yeah, with Deborah. You had a woman. You had Miss Elizabeth, I think. Yeah, I think, you know, I'm an NWO guy. You know that. I've always been an NWO guy. I had the NWO B team theme at number 10. I got the Horseman theme at number 1. Maybe, you know, at my grizzled age of 42, I'm a little bit wiser now. A little bit, you know, I got the arthritis, plantar fasciitis. A little bit wiser, too. I think now I would want to be a horseman. What do you say? Am I horseman material, Sexy Chino?
I don't know about that, you know. Well, Mongo McMichael's made it, so you may have a little bit of chance in there. But
hey, I can. Actually, I don't think I would. I would trust myself with a tombstone. You're better off with Steve Mongo McMichael. But yeah, this is just one of those themes. I love it because it just feels so like epic. It just feels like it fits them perfectly, and you see the presentation of like Flair coming out and Mongo and Deborah and all of them just being together, cutting a promo in front of the Nitro entrance with me by God Gene, like just that presentation of the whole group together. And at that time, you know, I was like, oh, these old guys and the NWO is gonna kick their ass, these old dudes. But now I'm like, man, the Horsemen were pretty badass. Even during this phase, I love this phase of the Horsemen. I know some people will say, "Oh no, you should have watched the Horsemen in the '80s. They were the badasses, right?"
yeah, just there were so many the different versions of the Horseman. Like you can even talk about the Paul Roma Horseman, you know. And but yeah, just in general, like the Horsemen was a group that was around for a while, and WWF, like Triple H, wanted to make his own Four Horsemen, so they came up with the Evolution. So that's gotta tell you, you know, like when they see something successful, people do take the idea and just make it their own, you know, because like didn't you know the TNA when they were doing the Four Horsemen style, they used to call themselves Fortune.
Fortune. I dug the Fortune in TNA with AJ Styles and Kazarian and was it Roode? Bobby Roode, I think, was in there.
Yeah,
and
Bobby
James Storm,
Roode,
I think.
James Storm.
What I never understood, it was called Fortune, like with the 4, I think, but there was like 5 members. Was
Yeah, they added Christopher Daniels in.
Kind of defeats the purpose of calling it Fortune, but hey, who am I to judge them? Yeah, but man, let me like ask you for a favor. If I go before you, can this be played at my funeral as my casket gets lowered into the grave?
I don't know. I gotta go get it approved by the wife first.
And as the casket is going down, have everybody put up the 4 fingers.
I thought you wanted the 2 sweet signs instead. You know, want the 4 fingers.
I told you at my grizzled age, I think I'm more of a horseman. I want to be a horseman. Get you know. Let me take Paul Roma's place. Let me take Sid Vicious place, or you know who else was not a good one. Sting was in there, right?
Sting was in there. Yeah.
Which one, in your opinion? Now that since we're on the topic, we're not trying to throw shade at anybody, but who would you say is the worst Horseman member that you were like, for whatever reason, you're like, this doesn't like fit. There's not a good fit.
I don't know. I never thought Mongo McMichaels was at like Horseman level.
I thought he kind of fit because he was like just the brute. He was like the brute. Like Flair was the lead dog. Arn is the enforcer, his right hand man. Benoit was like the young up and coming guy, like the crippler, technical guy, that the upcoming star, and then Mongo was just there to like be a brute. He was just like the muscle, right? I thought he kind of fit, but I also heard like Paul Roma. A lot of people didn't like Paul Roma in there.
Yeah, people were like shocked with the Paul Roma being in part of the Horseman because like when he was in WWF, he was like more of an enhancement talent or mid Carter, So people were like, what? They're putting Paul Roma like at that level, but like if you hear some shoot interviews of Paul Roma, he says like Ole Anderson hired him because like he said he can get the girls more than anything else.
So you can get the ladies.
So
yeah. All right. Well, that was our list. We didn't have any repeats. There was some songs that you had on your list, like the Bret Hart theme. I forgot which other one you had, but that were like right there. They might have been like a number 10 for me. They were honorable mentions, but yeah, we didn't overlap on any theme. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's pretty good because last time we were like very much in the same page.
Hey, you son of a bitch. Last time you stole my thunder. You like always, you picked all my songs before me, so then I wasn't able to like listen to my songs and talk about it. I think you played when we did the WWF themes, right? You picked the Owen Hart theme, you picked the Kona Crush. I forgot which other ones. You stole the Rick Martel theme. You stole my thunder. Watch that in the archives. We released that earlier this year. We talked about our favorite WWF themes. I think we went from 90 to 94. Check that episode out. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the Retrowave podcast playlist. Or you can go to retrotiburon.com. All the episodes are on there. Yeah, but as I, rebuild my ego after you telling me I might not be Horseman material, I'm going to need some time. So we're going to listen to some of our honorable mentions that didn't make our top 10, but we're right there. We love these themes too. Kick back and relax.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Lottie-dottie-dottie, we likes to party. Lottie-dottie-dottie, we likes to party. Lottie-dottie-dottie, we likes to party. You gotta get up to get down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rock it like hell, make it sound like heaven. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, everybody, let's have some fun. Country music, I love country girls. I like Willie Nelson, and don't forget about Merle. There's only one thing that I hate, 'cause it's a bunch of crap. I hate rap. I like NASCAR racing, Richard Petty's still the king. Yeah, they call me a redneck, but you know that's a beautiful thing.
chosen one.
we probably didn't even play in the honorable mentions list. As we listened to them, were there any like, man, I forgot about that theme, or I forgot to mention to him like to add this theme?
There's a lot of themes like because I wasn't sure like when you said 95.
I said 96.
96 to
I just broke my own rules.
So I was looking for like, okay, which themes itself. So I was all like thinking more 2000s and, 99, 90, 97. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other teams, and I think you said a lot of them that we can remember off the top of our heads,
Yeah. Very, very cool to reminisce about all these themes from back in the day, back when we were still young and dumb, and now we're just dumb, no longer young. But Sexy Chino, you know what time it is.
It ain't Vader time.
It ain't what is it? Can you do that? Vader time. Or it ain't Greater time from Saturday Night Slam Masters, the bootleg Vader.
Oh, the bootleg, yeah.
It is tradition around these parts to play a little trivia game at the end of the podcast. So we're going to go to a little commercial break and put Sexy Chino's music knowledge skills to the test. I wonder how this is going to turn out. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Get ready to wrestle! It's new WCW Electronic Thumb Wrestling! Let's get her ready to... It's off while you do battle. Fight your opponent and pin him for the 3 count. 1, 2, 3! Your thumb's going down. WCW Electronic Thumb Wrestling. Each sold separately. Batteries not included.
So we both have brought it up earlier in this podcast. Everybody knows WCW had no problem taking their liberties with creating wrestling themes. They ripped off a lot of actual songs that were on the radio, right? They've ripped off a lot of songs that were already available. Jimmy Hart didn't care. WCW didn't care, right? So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to play 10 WCW themes that were ripped off actual songs. Actual songs that came out in the radio. And you need to tell me either the name of the song that they ripped off or the name of the artist that they ripped off. So I'm making it easier. You don't have to give me the name of the artist and the name of the song. Give me either or. The name of the artist or the name of the song. And since I've already kind of given you some tips in this podcast, earlier in this podcast, you'll see what I mean by that. You need to get 6 right. 6 right out of 10 is a success. I think that's fair. You got it?
Okay, we'll see.
All right. Here goes the first song. So tell me what artist did they rip off, or what's the name of the song they ripped off? That ain't working. That's the way we do it. So I need the name of the artist they copied or the name of the song they ripped off.
I know that's Dustin Rose.
Well, that's obvious.
I know that's the Dustin Rose exactly.
But what's the actual artist? The name of the artist they ripped off? We've discussed this in a previous episode. Last year's WCW
I know
episode in the archives.
I know the song. I'm trying to think of the artist. Or it's like something. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this wrong, but what is it? I know which the video is. Okay, so I'm just gonna say "Milk for Money" or something like that.
Hold on, let's hear that again. What did you say?
Like milk for money?
Milk for money.
Something like that.
Oh.
I knew that was going to get that one wrong because I could see the video,
So it is not Milk for Money. That is not the name of the song. Let's check out the actual song here. What the hell? This video is already going to probably get copyright claimed and blocked in I don't know how many countries. Might as well listen to the song.
Look at them yo-yos, that's the way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and you choose.
So we were not looking for milk for money, or whatever the hell you said. We were looking for money for nothing.
I knew it was something with money.
Or you got one word, right? Or we would have accepted Dire Straits, which Dire Straits was the group that we heard there. Dire Straits.
I knew it was something for money. I just can't remember what it was.
Milk money, apparently, is what you thought it was. Or what did you say? Milk for money.
Milk for money.
Which is always important to have milk for your money, I guess. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but all right. Let's go to the next theme. Tell us what artist or what song they ripped off here. Let's listen to it. I was telling Sexy Chino, let's let it soak in a little bit because it sounds like you know what song or artist they ripped off here.
Okay, this is Black Cat by Janet Jackson.
He got it right. Let's listen to a little bit of it. What the? Very, very, very similar. They even threw in, for some reason, they threw in the cat roaring and Rick Rude's theme.
And Rick Rude's theme.
Which, like, what does Rick Rude have to do with a panther or black cat? All right, let's go to the next theme. Let's let it soak in for a little bit so you can think about it.
Self high five.
Give us the name of the band or the name of the song. Sexy Chino.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Bye. I just wanted to see if you know the name of the band.
Nirvana.
Oh my God, man, I'm kind of shocked. You do both of them. Let's check out the actual song here. We also would have accepted Weird Al Yankovic's Smells Like Nirvana.
Oh, I totally forgot about that one.
But you are correct, sir. All right, let's go to the next one. What artist or song did they rip off here?
I think it's another Nirvana song.
Damn, Sexy Chino is on fire. Can you just for fun tell me the name of the song? You already got it right.
Just for fun, I really don't know the name of the song.
All right, let's hear the Nirvana song that they copied. So that was the song "Come As You Are."
Come As You Are
by Nirvana. But damn, you're on a hot streak, 3 in a row. All right, let's go to the next theme. We mentioned this name a bunch of times, so you should know.
Okay, that's Even Flow.
Can you give me the name of the band just for fun?
Pro Jam.
Damn, what the? Sexy Chino you're blowing my mind right now. Let's hear some of that Even Flow by Pearl Jam. For our next extra point, tell me what the hell Eddie Vedder just said right there.
Maybe you'll see a little something.
I think you're right. All right, man. You already have 4, so you just need 2 more to pass the test. Next song.
Prime time, baby. Prime time, baby. I built this house. This is my house. Y'all should know who built this house. Prime time did. Prime time did. Show me the.
All right, give me the name of the artist or the name of the song that they ripped off.
I'm trying. I know the rapper. Was it a Jay-Z song?
All right, let's listen to the actual song they copied here.
Woo! Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make
So it was DMX, the late great DMX, with "Y'all Gonna Make Me Lose My Mind." Now you remember that song? Or you already knew the song, you just didn't remember.
I just don't know. Like I can go to a club or listen to themes, listen to a song, and I know who the heck sings it. I just go with the beats, you know.
All right, you're still only 2 away. Next theme.
What are you looking at? Life's a drag.
You gotta know this one. I think you know this one.
Yeah, I know this one. It's Marilyn Manson.
And the name of the song? Just for fun? Just for funsies?
The Beautiful People.
Damn, and I have a feeling you know this because this I think was also the theme to
SmackDown
SmackDown
theme.
A little bit of cheating there, but let's listen to a little bit of Marilyn Manson. So you got 5 so far. There's 3 songs left. You just need to get one of them. That's all, Chino. Let's go to the next one. a look of befuddlement on Sexy Chino's face. Like he has no idea what song this is ripping off.
Okay, I'm gonna take a guess. Billy Eilish, "Start the Fire."
You start the. How does that one go again? Which is you start the fire. Let's hear some of the lyrics. It is not that one, but let's listen to which one it was. Let's check it out. They ripped off Judas Priest. You've got another thing coming.
Not something I knew.
Not something you only got to get one more right. There's two left, so you got to get one of these. All right. Next theme. So another Chris Jericho song that was ripped off. This is Jericho's first theme. What song or artist did they rip off?
I really thought that was an original song.
It is not.
Wow. Another Pearl Jam or something?
It is not Pearl Jam. Let's check this out. I think this is a Canadian band. But let's check it out. This one's interesting because it's literally just they just took out the lyrics. So let's check this one out. Does it sound weird to listen to the Jericho theme with lyrics on it?
I told you, I actually thought it was an original.
So he actually, I think, came out to this in AEW too, but the song they ripped off, which they just, I think, I don't know if they got permission, but they just took out the lyrics and played the actual instrumental version. It's Mammoth, a band called Mammoth I've never heard of, and the name of the song is All the Days. And this is now one of my favorite songs. I love listening to this song. One more, Chino. You started off red hot. You're at 5.
Oh.
You need to get this next one, right? This is the last one. All right, next theme. Next and last theme. Why I'm worried that you do not know this one. I can tell by the look on your face.
I thought that was an original song too.
First of all, you know what song this is, right?
This is the original Outsiders coming out.
Yeah, this is an honorable mention for me right here. Outsiders. What I forgot to add in the honorable mentions, but great theme, fun theme. So you don't know this? You want to take a wild guess? Just name an artist.
Name an artist, okay.
Just listen to the type of like music it is. It's probably not like a rock song. Or not rap.
Not wrong.
Just throw out any artist out
Fine. Michael Jackson.
there. Damn.
I really don't know.
It is not Michael Jackson, but you were pretty close because the guy is black.
Well, that settles it out. Yeah.
So this one actually shocked me. I never put two and two together. I love the Outsiders theme, this first Outsiders theme. I think they came out to this at Bash at the Beach, right?
Yeah, correct.
Bash at the Beach, and they used it like for a promo for Bash at the Beach, I think,
Yes.
to build up the match. I never knew they ripped off this song, and when I did my little Google research and was looking at, what songs did WCW rip off? And I was like, this one ripped off that one, and I love that song. Mind blown. So let's hear which song they ripped off.
A man decides after 70 years that what he goes there for is to unlock the door. Well, those around him criticize and sleep. Through a fractal on a breaking wall, I see you, my friend, and touch your
You knew it right away who it was.
It's Seal.
It's Seal. Isn't that a shocker?
I didn't see that coming. Like you said, I literally did not see that.
But when you hear it, you're like, it is the Outsiders
No,
thing.
exactly. But like after you hear it, it's like, okay. Because like you had to put two and two together. Like I said, I thought the other one was an original song. I didn't know it was a Canadian band. I knew I knew Dustin. I just could not remember the exact artist
Yeah,
or name of the song.
but like 5 seconds in, you said Seal. It's yeah. As soon as you started hearing the song, and me too. When I heard it, I was like, "That's not the Outsiders theme." And then I played the song "Crazy." The song is "Crazy" by Seal, which I really like that song. I was like, "Oh damn, it is the Outsiders theme." I never realized that. That's crazy. That's crazy. No pun intended.
Yeah, just like, yeah, it's like what you least expect. But like you said, WCW stole a lot of songs, but maybe they made it in a way that sometimes you couldn't even acknowledge it.
Yeah, but it was kind of like, okay, they I can understand like ripping off like a Judas Priest, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, like the rock songs, right? They're like rock entrances, but Seal is like, and I love that Outsiders theme, and now I probably now know why. I always loved that theme because it's a damn Seal song, Crazy, which is a great song. But Sexy Chino, so close. You started out the gate like a new Royal Rumble contestant jumping in and getting all his shit in. You came in spearing everybody, hitting your finisher, hitting your signature moves on everybody in the ring. And then you were tossed out of the ring by Snitsky or one of those guys, Heidenreichers. But so close. You got 5 out of 10. How are you feeling? Are you feeling defeated? A little?
No, I'm kind of like you said, you learn something every day. I didn't know about. I honestly thought some of those songs were original. I know there was no Canadian band. I didn't even think about Seal until like you, unless you play it, you really don't put two and two together.
So what do you say? You learned something here on the Retro Wave?
Yeah, I learned something.
You did not know that?
I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, very good. All right. Well, still a good showing. 5 out of 10. Ain't nothing to sneeze at, but I set the bar at the beginning, so. Well, that's another and the L in the column for Sexy Chino. Pin me, pay me, right?
Yeah, pay me. Well, he's not gonna pay me, so it don't matter.
Pin you only. Pin you, I owe you. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break and wrap things up here.
WCW declares war with the biggest battle royal in wrestling history. World Championship Wrestling wages World War III. 3 rings, 3 giants, 1 battle royal. It's WCW's World War III. Sunday, November 26th, live and only on pay-per-view.
3 rings, 60 wrestlers. A pay-per-view wrestling extravaganza.
Can we bring back World War III as a match in WWE or someone do it?
Yeah, like the funny thing, like a lot of people hate. Sometimes they hate it. It was the only time some of those guys even got on a pay-per-view.
Like Hard Work Bobby Walker, Bobby Blaze.
Your friend the Gambler maybe
The
was in there.
Gambler from WCW Saturday Night fame.
Hey, the WCW Saturday Night roster was up in arms of that Battle Royal.
Barry Horowitz you had in there. Who else we got in there? The Yeti.
The Yeti, you know.
Who were the 3 giants? Was it the Yeti, the Giant, and who was the 3rd giant?
Probably Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash, you're right. Yeah, but thanks for coming on the episode. I had been looking forward to this one for the last few months, because for the last few months I've been doing, I called it the Summer of Movies podcast episodes, and I gotta admit, I have no right to do a movie podcast episodes because I don't know a goddamn thing about movies. But I know my 90s wrestling, my late 90s wrestling. So I was excited for this one. But why don't you tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on, social media, what you got going on in the wrestling world?
Yeah, if you want to follow me or check me out at Dance Chino Dance, that's Twitter or Instagram. I just can't call it the X. But, and yeah. So on Twitter, at Wrestling PW for Wrestling Pro Wrestling, or at Wrestling Pro Wrestling, or on Instagram, at West Covina Wrestling. You can check that out because we do some training. There's good, some great trainers there. So send me a DM.
A very, very affordable wrestling training. If you're in the SoCal area, they train close to Los Angeles. So if you're in that area, I'll put the links for the YouTube watchers. I'll put links in the description to the wrestling school, his Instagram, the WPW, all his stuff, and hit him up. Very affordable, very safe. They have mats. They wear like headgear sometimes, right? You wear headgear, or is it just mostly mats? You have mats. So
mats, and we do have a headgear, but we really haven't used that yet. But
yeah, but you guys take it safe. You guys don't don't have to worry about going there and getting like jacked up there. Now, you guys take care of your students there.
Yes, we do, because it's all about safety.
Yeah. So hit them up there. What else was I gonna say? And if WPW, if you live, is it still in Burbank, or where are they running shows?
They're still working on the venues, but usually they run like in Burbank or like that around that area.
Check that out. That is a hilarious. I will guarantee you've never seen anything like WPW, which is run by Brian Kendrick. So Sexy Chino wrestles there. Make sure to check that out. As for me, I'm Retro Tiburon on all the social medias. I have a website, retrotiburon.com. If you want to leave a voicemail, send a message, maybe complain about something on the podcast, like how dare you not forget this theme, or how did you add this stupid theme, or whatever. Just any suggestions, like, hey, maybe can you do an episode on this? Leave a voicemail, or you can send me a message on retrotiburon.com. I also have merch. I have shirts. You can buy a shirt. You can buy a mug. It'll help support the podcast. Keep the lights on, if you will. I stream on YouTube. I do swap meet videos on YouTube. I do gaming live streams. I drop the podcast episodes there. So at Retro Tiburon on YouTube. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Before we go, I've been asking everyone for a piece of advice. Have you given a piece of advice on the podcast?
I think I did.
So we don't need a piece of advice. Sometimes we just need some entertainment. We need something to give us a little pick me up, right? So I think, like, for those of you that guys that don't know, this guy, his wrestling character, he's Sexy Chino for a reason. He's a dance machine. He strips. I promise he does not show any, anything
I am
below the
truly
waist.
PG. Yeah, I am truly PG.
It's PG fun. It's PG fun. But I thought I would play us out with a little song. Maybe you can put your mic down somewhere and dance away. Dance away as I play us off the podcast. See you guys on the other side. Let's check out Sexy Chino's dance skills here. We'll put your song to.
I built this house.
Maybe you can leave the. There you go. This one. You
Y'all
gotta.
should know who built this house. Primetime did, primetime did. Show me the green and watch me go. Primetime skills, primetime skills. Y'all should know who built this house. Primetime did, primetime did. Show me the green and watch me go. Primetime skills, primetime skills. Y'all should know who built this house. Primetime did, primetime did. Show me the green and watch me go.
That was a good job. Woo, we did it. We knocked it out.